Hello and good afternoon, Whittier College students, staff, faculty, and of course, my fellow college commuters, as well as residential students. I bring you some important insights that may interest my fellow commuters and my residential students, right? The demographics of this school, there's about 815 undergrads attending Whittier College. Half of the population are commuters and the other half are residential. That is a great part of this Whittier College. And in our sample size, we see that we have a total of 91 participants, 38.5% being said to live on campus and 59.3% being commuters. And we want to compare that, the mileage of commuting and stress, an increase of stress, have a great significance comparison between the two. We first want to talk about what is stress. Stress, according to the World Health Organization, can be defined as a state of worry or mental tension caused by a difficult situation. Stress is a natural human response that promotes us to address challenges and threats in our lives. Everyone experiences stress to some degree. The way you respond to stress, however, makes a big difference to our overall well-being. Now let's dive into our research about how college commuters experience more stress than residential students. And let me go off here. We all have driven before or have driven with someone and experienced a sense of urgency and a little bit of road rage due to other drivers. As we dive in, the article New Bold, Meta, and Forbes 2010 explains how commuting students tackle challenges that non-commuting students typically face, especially feelings of isolation, multiple life roles, and different support systems. The same article also explains how increased in stress is linked to the fact that commuting students have more time limitations on academics and campus activities because of more complex lifestyles than residential students. A sample we conducted was a 20 Likert scale, having 6 being the most stressful and 1 being the least stressed or not stressed at all. Now, we have incorporated 4 demographics here: the years in school, gender, commuters and residentials, and racial identity.
In order to examine the relationship between minutes driven and reported levels of stress, a Pearson correlation analysis was conducted. There was a weak positive relationship between minutes driven and reported levels of stress, an R value of 0.26 and P was less than 0.05. This suggests that as the numbers of minutes driven increases, the reported levels of stress increases as well. Although our data shows that stress is being affected by the number of minutes driven, it is still considered a weak correlation. This is due to our limitation of the number of participants who participated in this survey. Either way, the data shows that there is somewhat of a relationship between stress and commuters.
As stated before, commuter students have more time limitations on academics and campus activities. Our qualitative question was, what are the 3 greatest sources of stress this semester? Academic is the biggest stressor for students here at Whittier College, as it takes up 44% in our participation sample size, 25% being life outside of school, 21% being financial, and 11% being physical activity.
The more time student commuters spend driving, the increased levels of stress they experience. Unfortunately for commuters, there are additional stressors apart from commuting. According to the National Health Ministry's 2006, there are common stressors in college life that include greater academic demand, being on one's own in a new environment, and financial responsibilities. This data shows that our fellow commuters are experiencing higher levels of stress, and it's not just because of the long hours spent traveling to and from campus. It's also due to the added stressors such as academic stressors and life outside of school. Think about it. How many times have you felt overwhelmed by academic pressure, being late for class, or getting low grades? Now imagine having to deal with that on top of a long commute. As students and staff, we need to be considerate of each other's experiences. Whether you're a commuter or not, we all play a role in supporting students. Faculty and peers, We need to be aware of the challenges that we're facing. Ringing in at first place includes academic stressors. After much research, we determined that offering stress management programs or assigned parking spots can help to decrease stress levels for commuters. Elaborating on stress managed programs would include a lounge area for decompressing, time management workshops, counseling services, as well as mental health support. Thank you for taking the time to engage with us, peers and faculty, here at Whittier Daily Commuters.